So it's true, the bombers were here on a terror visa. A terror visa is made available through a government fearful of accusations of profiling, a media fearful of accusations of profiling, and an academia fearful of accusations of profiling. Let's take that last one first. The terror occurred in the ultimate college town. Now that this dorm room utopia has been punctured, as one student went from ramen noodles in a boiler to ball bearings in a pressure cooker, the rest of the hacky-sack socialists face two choices. Do you still keep that worldview that all cultures are equal and that extremism is just part of the rainbow that already includes violent professors? Or do you wake up and recognize the poison in your system? And by the way, enough with calling them kids. They're adults. One killed an 8-year-old boy. So while we can't rely on the campus, we can also not rely on the FBI. Old school agents would have crushed these twerps, but now they're more like social workers, risk-averse and scared to identify evil. They've all been infected with the same virus called Islamophobia. It's a terror of the mind that seeks to blind you to the objective reality around you. It's in government, the media, the schools. So who's left to protect us? Us. You and me. It's our job to remain symptom-free and quarantine our families so none of us succumb to the disease. Because it's going to get worse before it gets better, and the only vaccine we have is our spines.
Nice. You know who else can protect us?
Who?
Smith and Wesson.
That is true. Sadly, not in Boston, though.
Is that the shout out to the Second Amendment?
By the way,
yeah.
I know that I'm losing this battle, but I'm still, in my monologues, not ever going to show a picture of those terrorists or the mother. Instead, we will show this lovely picture of dog poop that I had a 12-year-old draw.
Steaming.
Yes, of course.
Steaming dog poop.
I want to talk about Mike Rogers, the House Intelligence Committee chair, believes that Turd Boy had his rights read too soon. Here's a sound on tape.
I've heard several pundits around say, oh, well, the FBI was done. They left. No big deal. It was a big deal. The FBI, folks who are on the ground say they needed more time. They were finding inconsistencies in the statement. And as you know, that's the time you start building rapport to try to put the pieces of the puzzle on the public safety piece in. So when they showed up, it was over. I mean, it was all done. That's very unfortunate.
KG?
Yeah, what were they afraid of? Not getting enough, votes for prom nights? Ridiculous. They're putting American lives at risk. They have a responsibility to protect and to serve. It's well within the law. They should have gone ahead and continued to question him. He could have been Mirandized later, but to make that big show, who are they more interested in protecting and impressing? This isn't a popularity contest. There are terrorists out there that want to kill us. All of us.
Bob, I'm going to try to quell your coughing with a question about the crazy mom who looks like Marty Feldman on meth. Why are we constantly listening to this woman? Why are we showing her?
I don't know. We could go down to Bellevue, the psychiatric ward, and get a lot more information.
Yes.
You know, the one thing about these FBI guys, though, doing this interrogation, here this judge was. It was a federal judge who did this. The FBI said they didn't want to stop investigating or asking him questions. Why didn't they go and say to the judge, we're not going to buy this. We have our rights here to investigate this guy, and call Eric Holder or call the head of the FBI?
Because they had somebody there from the DOJ, plus the federal magistrate, and they Bigfooted him. That's the problem. And they didn't need to do that. Why wouldn't you still get information when we knew, now we know they wanted to carry out a terror plot in New York. Instead of asking relevant questions and asking, where did you get the money for this stuff? Where did you get the money for the weapons? Where did you get the money to go to Russia?
They can go back in and question him, though.
They
can go back in and question him. And I would assume that prosecutors and FBI agents have two different goals, right? The FBI agents want the intel, but that can't be used in court. The prosecutor wants to put the guy away. The kid was admitting all this stuff, but they couldn't use it in court. He said he was part of the bomb. They're probably thinking, Mirandize the guy so we can get him on the record, use him in court to put him away.
He's going away forever or death. It doesn't matter. We had the opportunity to get more information.
The intelligence is what matters.
Look, there is no way he was going to walk. He was going to get a lights. He was gone. He's gone anyway, so they might as well have waited. They didn't need the extra information. They need the intel. Where's the next cell? Who else was involved?
But there's a time limit on that.
Follow the money.
Right.
Who financed this whole thing?
It's the law, though. There's a time limit on how long you can question them and extend.
I don't know.
I don't agree with it.
What?
I don't agree with it.
No,
But
the judge, if the FBI said, Judge, we're under our rights here in the rules.
Yeah, but
we're not
they
going
are,
to take
though.
this.
They had, listen, this was going to be solid legal ground. They had public safety acceptance. They also could have treated him as an enemy combatant. They could have been still questioning him now. Point is, they had enough solid evidence, physical, forensic, stuff on tape, everything to put this guy away. What mattered was to gather the intelligence, a unique
understand
opportunity.
that, but-
This is somebody who's, wackadoodle mom was on the terror list
Okay,
back in
no, I understand that, but
2011.
why didn't
I mean,
they
is
just-
someone kidding me here? This is ridiculous. Why are we?
I mean, I assume the judge would have held them in contempt, but they said, Judge, we're not going to go along with this.
Yeah, why is the Department of Justice obstructing
Can I just
justice
make a
for the
quick
American
point?
This was a
people?
federal
This is
judge.
I
like,
want to know.
it's the parallels
the call of the
between
DOJ.
Benghazi and Boston are pretty unbelievable. And they bungled it leading up to both of these. They blamed Benghazi on a video. This time they blamed it on misguided youth instead of saying radical Islam. Both are under investigation, so you can't ask questions. No answers, because we can't question them. Blame Romney. Now they're blaming the American
Let's not
people.
bring,
Yeah.
let's not bring the video back in, here, please.
Very quickly, Richard,
Deval, I want to ask you about Deval Patrick.
This is a great one too. There's so much to talk about. Deval Patrick says, you know what? What these guys got in welfare is a privacy issue, and he's not going to divulge what they got. And this is
The
really
law said that.
No, but he could. Freedom
Right.
of Information Act. They could give it. They could turn it over, but he's holding that information
Well,
back.
now you got to file a FOIA.
I wonder if they were Nazi skinheads, would it be a different story?
It's so sad. We become so soft.
Oh, Kimberly.